2012 GSL Blizzard Cup MVP 동래구 히어로 리나 파팅 스나이퍼 라이프 링 바이올렛 시드
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Blizzard Cup. We are in Group B. This is the afternoon session. I'm Wolf. With me is Kaldor. And yesterday we had some really exciting matches. I think today we might have just the same.
Exactly. Yesterday it was pretty epic. We had Lenok, Parting, and DRG advance in that order. I guess later on we'll have a quick look at yesterday's results. But as Wolf already pointed out, the games were pretty much amazing. A little bit unfortunate maybe that the only Terran player that we have in the entire Blizzard Cup is already out of the tournament. MVP was not able to make it, but the games were pretty epic nonetheless.
Yeah, there certainly were. We had a lot of excitement in those games, even MVP fighting until the end.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, Lenok had some trouble against MVP, but he was able to win. And then we had a crazy series at the end of the side who got first place.
DRG a little bit too complacent against Parting in the second game. His Lings were already dancing and he thought himself the show winner, as did we. And then suddenly he threw Zerg Lings away left, right, bottom and center, and Parting just decided that it's time to push in. And DRG lost the game, therefore forcing a third match, which DRG also lost, and he was not too happy about that result. So Parting takes second place, DRG dropped down to third, and Lenok, he got the support from Parting and was able to claim the first spot in the group.
I consider all three of those players will advance. The rest of the players, unfortunately, did not. Hero and MVP really struggling. I feel taking up the worst spots in the group and just not performing as well as the other three. Hero is, of course, our voting event. Go to teamliquid.net, vote for the #1 most GSL or the most epic GSL match, the popular player and the most popular team. There will be awards given out at the Blizzard Cup Finals.
Exactly. And today we have a lot of really, really strong players. We have Sniper, Life, and Violet, 3 Zerg players, Rain and Seed for the Protoss. And we're starting things off with one of our mirror matches with Sniper against Life. It's going to be a pretty cool ZvZ. Don't forget, guys, these are all best of 3s. We don't have a single best of 1 today. This is a round-robin group stage, but still every single match is going through at least 2 maps.
Yeah, and the way that the wins, losses, ties, etc. are calculated is so complicated that there's very little chance for there to be a tie. Let's take a look at yesterday's results. We talked about it already, but Lenok, Parting, and DRG advanced in that order because Lenok took first. He will advance directly to the semifinals. Parting and DRG, they'll have to go to that round of 6 cross match.
Exactly. They will play a cross match against the second and third place in Group B today, before the winner is going to advance to the semifinals as well.
Hero,
that's all going to happen tomorrow.
Hero and MVP is really struggling. Hero going 1 and 3, able to take 1 win. MVP, on the other hand, went 0 and 4, only taking a single set with a final score of -7.
Yeah, it was able to take 1 map, and that's all -7 maps. But here is our group today. Sniper, Life, Rain, Seed, and Violet are today's players. So that's a lot of skill.
Yeah, here is Sniper's information here, taking second in GSL overall ranking, and he got in here for that. His win rate 71.2%.
Of course, also the winner of the last GSL Codes season. Here we have Life. He preceded Sniper as Codes champion. As you can see, also he won the MLG Fall Championship, where Lenok came in second as the runner-up.
Yeah, not able to get in the top 3 GSL ranking, but taking that Fall Championship gets him a spot here. And Rain, the OGN Star League, the OSL champion. He's ranked 21st in the GSL, fell all the way out, but because he won OSL, he's got a spot.
And here we have a Violet. He's the IPL 5 runner-up, also the NASL Finals runner-up. A strong Zerg player from Korea that decided to move abroad, went to America, and since then he has been really successful.
Yeah, really successful. Seed, kind of a one-hit wonder though, but he does get top GSL point ranking, gets 5th place, but on the other hand, You know, his record is still pretty decent despite the fact he's fallen a little by the wayside recently, 59.1%. He really needs to prove himself today, I feel.
Yeah, has to fallen of grace recently after he was able to beat MC in the Code S final 3 seasons ago. Here we have today's matches, starting things off with the ZvZ, and then it's time for Rain to make an appearance against Violet on a map that he probably did not like too much, Abyssal City.
Yeah.
Map number 1 in his match.
And of course, Sniper versus Seat will start on Whirlwind. Then next up, we'll have Rain versus Life. Another map that's not too good for a Zerg player will be Entombed Valley. And last but not least, Violet versus Seat on Antigua Shipyard. These are the first maps that are randomly chosen. Every other map is loser's pick.
Exactly. Well, we are certainly getting ready for our first game. The Sniper and Life already in the lobby. Here we have the current GSL champion.
Yeah.
Season 5.
He was able to win all the way over in Vegas. Very impressive run by Sniper this season. Would not be surprised to see him do it again in the first season of 2013. But this time for the Blizzard Cup, man, and he might be able to win this one too.
He might. But he's up against a strong opponent in his first match. He's up against one of the best Zergs that we have. Very young, 15 years old. Staying with Startail, of course. Formerly a Xenix player. Here we have him. It is Life. Season 4 Code S champion, and also took the championship at MLG for...
Yeah. We have basically the GSL Season 4 champion against the Season 5 champion. That's just as epic as it gets, man.
That's how we start things off.
That's how we begin at the Blizzard Cup here. We have the best players in the world actually together in this tournament. GOMTV has chosen them based on their tournament results and their GSL point rankings, put them together in a tournament, and it's kind of insane that we actually have such sick groups.
Yeah.
Life looking a little bit exhausted in the booth. I did talk to him just a little bit earlier. He seems pretty confident.
I don't think that Life can really be exhausted. He's just like this kid, you know, that sometimes just doesn't give a damn. Yeah. It's so funny. His attitude is really awesome, guys. If you talk to him, you can really tell that he's... sometimes he just doesn't care. He's just playing his best and he doesn't care where he is, but now he's up against the champion. We have the Season 4 champion against the Season 5 champion of Code S. Starting things off at the Blizzard Cup today. Zerg vs. Zerg, Sniper vs. Life, brought to you by Color Wolf. And here we go, our first game today in Group B of the Blizzard Cup. Starting to the bottom left, we have the MVP Zerg player, the current Code S champion. It is...
MVP Sniper.
Sniper.
He had to play a lot of ZvZs to become the champion. Defeated Hyun in the finals, Lenog in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, his opponent, though, the top left, or top right, excuse me, Season 4 champion, the only Royal Roader to ever touch the GSL. He is...
Starting live.
And Life is also a veteran in this matchup. He had to win against Lenog when he was able to claim victory at the MLG Fall Championship.
You have drone cancel on the extractor for Life to get an extra drone out. Sniper, on the other hand, went for the more optimal Overlord build and actually starts his drones a little bit faster in total. So just a slight variation. Life gets his 11th drone a little bit faster, but the 12th and 13th a little bit faster for Sniper.
You know, these two guys already faced each other in June and July in 2012. And the last engagement was won by Life without dropping a single map, but just a month before that, Sniper took the best of 3 without dropping a map. So right now the score between them is tied, and we'll find out who's taking the lead here. This is a map where we've seen a lot of aggression yesterday. DRG and Linux, two of those players who really made an effort to end things early. But this time we have Life with a 14 pool where Sniper goes into the hatch first play.
Yep, this is going to put these two players about even. These two builds collide and come together pretty much evenly. It just depends on how you want to play the game and how you want to use your style. For example, Sniper is actually going to take his gas before pool. He's playing really risky here, but it's game number 1, so he's got nothing to lose. Does not really matter, but keep in mind, you know, even though I say that, this is actually a tournament with a format where map score really matters in tiebreakers, so this is going to be a situation where map score actually can come into play. We saw it yesterday at the end of things.
Exactly. Yesterday, DRG, Lenok, and Parting were tied when it came down to the best of threes that they were able to win. But the map score, that decided the order, that decided the ranking, and this was kind of DRG did not really account for. And suddenly he found himself being third instead of leading the group. So every single map counts. If you are able to win a couple of those engagements with a 2-0, then you already get a huge, huge lead in the group. And we'll find out who takes map number 1. Daybreak here, with both players choosing a bit of a different strategy, but in the end it will accumulate to a very similar point in the game. The drone count is already equalizing. Gas is a little bit faster for Sniper here. And the question is going to be if he will really be able to capitalize on that, or if he will just give Live the time to catch up.
Exactly. Now, also, with the faster speed coming out for Sniper, he has the ability to do a little bit more aggressive play because he's going to have that lead, and you can literally run circles around your opponent's Zerglings with Zergling speed when your opponent is a little bit behind. It all depends on how behind, of course, Life becomes, but it looks like he's going to start his speed pretty soon. He's at now 80 gas.
Yep, speed has to be started for him fairly soon here if he wants to catch up with his opponent. Sniper already a little bit ahead. And this allows him, of course, to control the map because he will be the one who is able to force the engagements or break them up. On the other hand, Live has to just kind of hug his own expansion a little bit. He can't really go onto the map with his opponent's speed unless he has the higher Zergling count, of course.
Sniper actually makes his Baneling Nest at the natural, which means that he's probably not going to put a Baneling aggression on. Otherwise, he would have hidden it. In this case, he's basically putting it in plain sight, saying, hey, I have a Baneling Nest, you should probably make one too. And Life actually, despite not seeing it yet, actually just makes his own, because in this matchup, especially on this map, you basically have to have a Baneling Nest, otherwise you might get overwhelmed by Zerglings.
It's very difficult to just protect your big choke point that leads towards the natural, and therefore you have to get your own Banelings. You have a few defensive one if your opponent starts to be aggressive. And so far we have both of them with roughly the same harvester count. We have the early attack for Sniper on the other hand. This extra gas really coming through for him.
See, the difference here is that Sniper can actually get into the main base to get a little bit of scouting information, but a great shutdown by Life, in fact, with a surround on those lings.
Reacting immediately here. And the double gas here for Sniper. He's going to get a lot more gas than his opponent.
Yeah, he already has the better gas count, and he's getting into the lair, so if you consider that he's about 50 gas ahead of his opponent already, and with the faster extractors, we'll be able to get a Spire potentially if he wants to. He doesn't necessarily have to get a Spire, but it starts to seem that way.
Yesterday we saw the clash of strategies when DRG and Lenok faced each other over and over again. DRG more a fan apparently of the Spire play, whereas Lenok was mostly going into Infestors right away. So it's a matter of preference what you want to do here. But Live doesn't even think about starting a Spire. He's like, well, you know what, I'm going to be aggressive now. He builds 30 Zerglings and he will put on the pressure.
Yeah, they're showing all of them to the Overlord.
And this has to do damage. If he doesn't do damage here, the Spire that Sniper just started will be completed, and he is so far ahead in tech that if Live is not able to do anything here, he might lose the game.
He needs to add, I feel, some more Spine Crawlers. He's adding just one. There's a little bit of a wall here. He's trying to get his queens ready. And Sniper adding more Banelings here. I think he should be fine as long as he can hold this wall a little bit.
It comes down to the Baneling hits here. The Zerglings trying to get in, but look at the amount of Banelings that we now see for Live. He's moving in, trying to trade evenly here. The Banelings are on their way, and the Spinecrawler is gone. And here comes the trade, 3 against 3, and the Zerglings are running in.
Oh, that one Baneling for Sniper not quite able to connect, and now the Lings are in the main base where they can not only kill drones, but they will see the Spire.
They will see the Spire.
He can actually target the Spire if he wanted to. He doesn't realize it now. He realizes he goes for the Spire. Spire loses hit points down to 500, now 400.
He has to cancel. He has to cancel. Oh, the Banelings come in, but still. Oh my god.
You can still get it though if he really focuses here.
He tries his best, but the Spire actually will survive. He's able to save it.
I can't believe it. He saves the Spire. It goes down to about 120 hit points at its very lowest. Finishes with 235.
Live has a really, really good amount of drones here. He has the better saturation. He needs to get some Spore Crawlers. He already is on his way to get the extra queens. His Overlords are retreating. He's trying to put all of them back into the main base because he knows fully well that the first thing that Sniper is going to do is send the Mutalisks across the map and tries to take down as many Overlords as possible.
Life has a massive lead in Harvesters. 15 Harvester lead at 53 to 38. And, you know, even though he only killed a few, it's just because he droned up after this.
Yeah, he droned up heavily, and that gives gives him a bit of an edge, but he needs to be very careful here. With the Mutalisks for Sniper, Sniper will have the map control, he can take his third base, and this is of course always the problem in ZvZ. If your opponent gets ahead in the gas, you are in a tough spot. But the Mutalisks themselves, they're not breaking Life's neck here.
Yeah.
Life is prepared for this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, another thing to consider with this push is that he forced Sniper to make a bunch of Banelings he didn't want to, and those Banelings did not trade the best. They were not the most cost-efficient Banelings, and as a result, the Mutas had to, their number had to be decreased. He went out to only able to make 4 Mutalisks. So
it cost him a lot of gas, exactly.
There's only 3 here, and they're basically just going to try to scout to see when the infestation pit is coming up. He's also going to pick off, looks like 2 Overlords in total this game. Oh, no, not even one of these because of the transfuse. He only gets 1. And that's it right there, it dies. That's the only Overlord you can really get. And this is actually a terrible position now for Sniper. The aggression of Life really did a number on him. Even though he wasn't able to get the Spire. Getting the Spire actually making Sniper cancel it in retrospect might have even been good for him.
You could really see that Sniper calculated really well. That was such a close deal and he did not cancel. A few Baneling hits in the middle, and now Sniper, the one who tries to put on the aggression, runs in with a few Zerglings at the right. There are Queens in position, 3 of them.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure his opponent can't get a third base.
Oh, and Life is going for the Nidus again.
It really makes sense.
It's something that he really likes to do. He does it every now and then. But on the other hand, he does not really have a lot of units in position that could grant him the vision for, let's say, a main base Nidus. He has to put it to the top left.
You're right, actually. That's the only Overlord he's got. The Mutas cleaned up the rest. So, looks like he's just going to do a forward Nidus. He may even run a Speedling down to try to get it as close as possible. But the Overlord coverage for Sniper is insanely good in the middle of the map, so there's nowhere he can really hide it.
Yeah, but the thing is, if he puts one to the top left and then he's able to get the Zerglings over there, this will hit Sniper without him being able to prepare for it. Because the Overlords, as you said, they are everywhere on this map, which gives Sniper the perfect vision, but Life doesn't have these Overlords anymore.
Oh, Sniper could just barely see it.
That's unfortunate for him. The Overlord is just in position.
But he actually has to focus on that while the Lings come into his main base. He can't even deal with both, and in fact, he's going to deal with neither. Now he's going to lose drones in his main base, and he didn't deal with the Nidus.
The Nidus is just now being attacked, but there are already Queens, and guess what? They can transfuse. And with the Queens, he has the perfect weapon against those Mutalisks. Life with a very dangerous push here.
This is so dangerous. This could end the game. He's got so many infestors with this. The Queen in the main base for Sniper was killed as well, so he's got a few less injects for reinforcements to defend his third base. I don't think there's much chance this third base stays alive, Caldor.
He's going at it. Here come the Fungals, a beautiful Fungal. It's every single Roach. They were clumped up and he can go for it again. He's trying to save those infestors. No transfuse though.
The Queens are actually trying to get closer here. And you know what? Sniper has the better concave here now. He got enough time. And those Queens were just a little bit too slow. Life comes in with a second wave of units though.
He lost most of them in infestors. He didn't even use a transfuse to save them. He could have tried to pull them a little bit back. He still has the supply lead and the Roach count is in Life's favor.
Yeah, the infestors are all gone for Life, but the upgrades for Roaches are even. It looks like the hatchery will still fall here.
The third base is not going to make it here.
But consider that Sniper knows that Life doesn't have a third hatchery either. He's got Lings over there to check for that. Brewlings go for an infestor, does not get it.
The more cost-efficient engagement for Life so far, but only by the smallest of margins. And here we see more and more infestors coming out for the MVP Zerg player, and the Roach count is dead even, 32 to 31.
He wants to cut off these slow Queens, and he will. This is so smart. He knows that he can catch them here with no creep spread in between the Nidus.
Life has to fight, and he knows it. He goes back, and all of the energy on the Queens is already depleted. He misses the last possible transfuse that he had, but the supply count is suddenly dropping heavily for both of them. The Roaches for Life are just trying to get out here, turn around and snipe one infestor, the second one just barely surviving.
Yeah, just barely, you're so right. But there's only 2 Queens left for Life, which isn't too big of a deal considering he only has a few hatcheries to produce from, but his larva injects are going to be slightly affected because he has that macro hatch.
The army supply is a little bit better for Life. He has the same amount of Roaches, but he has a few more Zerglings on the map that he doesn't use yet.
And this timing for Sniper running to check for the hatchery was perfect. You saw it right after it was made, and in fact, no cancel here.
Yeah, he doesn't cancel. He loses the 300 minerals. And here comes once again Sniper. This time it's him who tries to be on the aggression.
I think he needs to remake his third. This Life is actually remaking his already with one of his gas drones, as you can see coming down here. And there's a creep tumor blocking him.
Yeah, he's taking it down, and now finally has the chance.
That was so smart, actually, by Life.
It was really well done. I mean, he had this many Queens over there anyways. This time they cancel.
And again, this time we're going to have another burrow annoyance.
Did the Lings just dance before they burrowed?
I'm not sure. I couldn't quite catch that one, but You know, we did have to have another cancel on that hatch, and this is just very annoying. Both players making sure they stay on 2 base economies. No +2 start for either player just yet. They can't afford it.
This is such a back and forth game that we have between Life and Sniper. I really love it. This is how we start things here at the Blizzard Cup, and it's actually pretty awesome.
Man. I love this. We have 2 GSL champions, 2 different Zerg players playing in a mirror match to find out who's better at the mirror match. Will he miss the fungal here? This is all what it's about. He's not using an Overseer.
There comes the attack. He fungals it, but here comes the army.
This is not even close to enough units for Sniper. He's going to get some good fungals, but this is nowhere near enough.
I think there was a pathing problem for him. A couple of his roaches were still stuck at the top. They didn't even join the fight, so he needs to be really careful how he engages. Life actually had a little bit of a chance here where he could have tried to use a fungal to stop those units from retreating.
Yeah, a really nice control by Sniper once he realized that was not enough units, but he's got his own third finishing up. Another Nidus goes down, but it's spotted. So he should be able to get that down. I think one more shot will do it. Oh, 2 more.
Doesn't even cancel it. That, yeah, well, the Nidus worm.
He had one yell, and then he was done.
The rebel yell, exactly. We're back at Johanna. This is so close, Wolf. +2/+2 started for both of them. A little bit faster for Life here.
Life is actually going to long distance mine because he knows his hatchery is a little bit behind, but he also starts a second hatchery, so he's double expanding here.
Yeah. Sniper is taking a lead, not only in supply, but also with the 3rd base that he already has completed, so he has the better income at this point.
They both have an insane amount of roaches. They have 54 versus 61. The favor in roach count now goes to Sniper. The infestor count, though, goes to Life at 5-3. And the roaches kind of stop here for Sniper as he gets the Hydralisk Den.
Yeah, Sniper has the resources now. With the 3rd base, he can afford the Hydra Den, and that's what he's going for. So this is really a match where Life has to be very careful. He's trying to get his own 3rd base now, also for him, the roach drone. But still, the Hydra Den, of course. But still, at this point, Sniper takes quite the lead in the game. He's starting to build his bank. He's already completely on 200 supply, maxed out, and he catches units on the middle of the map.
Yeah, he's starting to get some roaches for free here, but a great bungle for Life on the left side. He actually gets great bungles, but I think he doesn't have enough roaches.
He's trying to, he needs to go in again, and that's exactly what he does. He still has a couple of queens that can't fuse with the transfuse, but the problem is now that we still have the better roach count for his opponent, 41 against 30. The reinforcements are streaming in, but Sniper, does he have too much?
Sniper may have too much. This base here might not be able to be held, but the better comp goes to Life.
Life has the +2 attack upgrade already, Wolf.
Yeah, that's really helping him out here. Even with his invested Terrans, they get the upgrade too. But it looks like Life is going to hold here, but he lost way too much.
Yeah, he has the attack upgrade earlier than Sniper. This is the one advantage that he has, but it's just a numbers game, and Sniper has way too many roaches. And now suddenly this 4th base is exposed. There are not a lot of units for Life that can help him to defend, and the reinforcements for Sniper, they're on their way.
Yeah, he's going to be able to target down this hatchery with the next wave of units. He just needs to wait for a little bit more investor energy. But meanwhile, the 3rd base is finally taken for Life. The problem is he's just down in supply. He lost so much in that fight that it's going to be an uphill battle to catch up. He needs to take some really good engagements, and the problem is he doesn't have Hydras. Sniper has the perfect composition. He's got enough infestors, he's got the roaches to buffer, and the Hydras to do the damage from behind. He even has his own 4s up now.
The Hydralisks will definitely play a huge role in the next battle. He has the roaches to supply a bit of a buffer between the army of Life and the Hydralisks themselves, so they can dish out all this DPS. And Sniper is also the first one who starts the next round of upgrades. So right now we have really Life struggling quite a bit. This is not going to be easy for him. He does not have an armor upgrade, and Sniper will get the armor advantage eventually.
Yeah, it's true. Eventually you will have that. The thing is, if the game even comes to that, that is, because I'm not sure if it will.
A 60 supply lead for Sniper, that's already a huge tell here. It does not look like Life is going to win this game.
Oh, target's down, 1 investor as well, nice. The small squad of roaches.
It was well done, and the 4th base, of course, is gone.
Yeah, now it's 4 base against 3. And these infestors, again, are exposed. He actually just needs to fungal them. A nice pop-up here by Life. He gets a good fungal the first one, but the Hydras in the back do so much extra damage, and I'm not sure if Life can hold this time.
This is just too much DPS. He's pulling his way through the army of Life. Life is on the ropes now. He's down for the count, trying to hold on to this game. But map number 1 will end in favor of Sniper. GG. Even the Contaminate being used here at the end on the hatch.
Sniper, man, showing, hey, I'm the most recent champion for a reason. I take you out here. 1-0, takes the lead in the group, and he is ready for game number 2. It's going to be on Life's map choice, though. Yeah, this is the best of 3, of course, guys, and we will see if Life can force game 3.
And guys, while we are waiting for the players to host the lobby, definitely make sure that you join QuakeNet on IRC, that you go into #GSL if you want to talk to some people who are currently watching these games. Also, tweet about it. Make sure that you let everyone know that Group B of the Blizzard Cup is on. There's a thread that is already on the first page on Reddit as well, and if you just upvote it, just help us to spread the word a little bit. It's a little bit farther down, I think, on rank 10 or something like that. If you're watching right now, go to Reddit, go to the first page, scroll down, and then make sure that you upvote the thread. There's also, of course, a thread on Team Liquid where people are talking about the games. Just spread the word and make sure that you just talk about these games, because the matches today, they are gonna be great.
I know, they've already just started, man, and Sniper looking really confident in game number 1. There were some shaky moments for both players there, but Sniper just was able to push the envelope too far.
Yeah. He played this really, really well, and his earlier third base just won him the game. He was too far ahead already.
He just was better. I feel like he was more on top of Life's third. He had to force Life had to cancel his third like 4 times, and then he lost it once without even canceling it. Sniper had that base up, even though his Mutalisk didn't really do anything at all.
Snipe had a cool idea with the Nidus network. I really liked it. It did not turn out to be that helpful. He killed the third, but he lost a lot in the process.
Yeah, that was one of the turning points of the game for sure.
The idea itself, though, was awesome. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and if he had a better Overlord position, I think he could have done even more with that. Map number 2, Life's map choice, Entombed Valley, in fact. See if Sniper can take the 2, or if Life will tie it up here at the 2012 Blizzard Cup with Counter and Wolf.